Hey, it's Lucas, and today we're going to be reviewing this Upstate Imperial Mimosa. So Imperial Mimosa is a cross between Imperium X and Mimosa. I am very, very familiar with Mimosa. It's something that I can get pretty much instantly around me. Imperium X, I've had it once in the past. I've got a whole strain review on it if you want to go check that out after this video, but I'm super excited to get into this. Starting out with the packaging, like I always do, this is what it's looking like on the front there. It's kind of plain. It's just in a silver bag with a label slapped on there. I don't think I can give it more than a 5 out of 10, but we'll go through it anyway. It says T18 IMM, THC 18%, CBD less than 1%. Controlled drug, possession without authority is illegal, keep out of reach and sight of children, do not use if the bag is unsealed. And on the back there is my medical label and then a little bit more information that I'm going to read out now. It says actives, cannabis flower, dry, 10G minimum, 18% THC, less than 1% CBD, cultivar Imperial Mimosa, dosage, take as directed by your prescriber, administration, store below 25C, keep away from sunlight. Now I know I've pointed this out before, but on the back there where it says administration, usually it would say administer or take via vaporizer, but I always like it when they don't put it on there. I do vape my medication, but I know that a lot of people don't, so it's always nice when they don't tell you to vape it. Yes, it's illegal to smoke medical cannabis, but I believe that we're all adults and cannabis has been smoked for millennium, so we should just be allowed to smoke it if we want to. With that aside, packaging gets a 5 out of 10, it's nothing special. Moving on to the smell, I've kept this in a glass jar for about 4 weeks, maybe just a little bit less than 4 weeks now, so it'd be interesting to see how the smell has changed. And to me, it's a little bit disappointing. Like it doesn't smell too much like Mimosa. There's a little bit of orange citrus in there, but mainly it's more of a perfumed sort of mixed fruit to me. There's a little bit of orange in there, like I just said, but the orange is very, very muted and it's more perfumey. It's not very strong either. Like it doesn't punch you in the face with really, really strong smells. Like I'm used to Mimosa being so pungent. Sometimes it smells like sick. It's so orangey and it's so strong that sometimes it really doesn't smell nice. Imperium X, I can't really speak for. The Imperium X that I had sort of a muted smell and it was perfumey. Think like, I want to say it smelled like nanas, but it's not. It's a little bit like that. So for me, this is more of a perfumey sort of nana smell with a little bit of orange in there. It's not really for me, so I'm going to give it just a 5.5 out of 10 for the whole nug smell. The looks of this has really gone down in my expectations. When I opened this, I remember thinking it didn't look terrible. It didn't look good by any means. I can't remember what I actually gave it, but it didn't look terrible. Now, to me, looking at this today, I don't think it looks very good. If you want to see what these nugs look like, I'll leave a link to the short. I'm not going to show them in the video because I don't want it to get age restricted. Age restriction has nothing to do with kids. It just means that nobody gets to see my video, patient or not. So I'm not going to be showing the nugs in this video. Click on the link in the pinned comment. Decent sized nugs with a nice structure. They're not all super tight. I don't really like the really, really dense, like pebble looking bud. I like it when it's got a bit of form to it. This looks fine in terms of structure, but it's very, very dry and very, very crumbly, and I can't see any trichomes on this. Decent amount of orange hairs and alright colour, mainly dark green, but to me, I just don't really think it looks good. It could look way better, so again, I'm just going to give it a middle of the road 5 out of 10 for the looks. I did forget to mention that I put a Boveda pack in with these nugs. It did come free with a Boveda pack. Wow, try saying Boveda pack as many times as I just did. The Boveda pack didn't actually come in the bag with the flower, it came separately, so I think maybe if they'd have just put it straight in the bag, it would have been better, but it's not good. It's not as crumbly as it was 2 weeks ago before I put the Boveda in there, before I could just pick it up and press down and the nug would literally explode into dust. Now it just sort of seems spongy. You can press down on it and it doesn't spring back at all, and it also doesn't like shatter into a million pieces like it did before. It's just not very good. 5 out of 10. Ground up smell, I'm going to give a 5.5. It gets a little bit better, a little bit more tart orange, but still it smells like perfume and nanas and just a hint of citrus, so 5.5 for the ground up smell. Moving on to the taste, I recently upgraded to a ball vape literally about 6 days ago, and I have not looked back at all. It is way better than the Mighty. The Mighty is trash compared to this, genuinely. The taste of this is not the best thing in the world. I will say that through the screwball, well, using the screwball through a water piece, it is absolutely amazing. Compared to the Mighty, it is so much better. But the taste in general is a little bit muted. Again, it's alright. It's got citrusy hints in there. It is a little bit orangey, but to me, it kind of tastes a little bit perfumey like Turkish Delight. I don't personally like Turkish Delight. I haven't had Turkish Delight in years because it's disgusting in my opinion, but to me it kind of tastes like that perfumey sort of Turkish Delight taste with a overtone of orange citrus in there. It's not super powerful. I just ran this at 240 through a water pipe, and the flavour is okay. Again, like I said, I'm trying to think through this. It's not super powerful, but it is definitely there, and I would say it's like a orangey sort of Turkish Delight, but very, very muted. Not terrible, but not the best. For my personal taste, I would give it 6.5. I want it to be really harsh and say 5, but it has taste, and that's the main thing, and it's not a bad taste, it's just not to my personal preference, so 6.5 out of 10 for the taste. And finally, the effects for me. I've found this to be quite mild. I've been using this as a first thing in the morning, usually what I do is I'll get up and I'll have a coffee, have some breakfast and a shower, and then I'll vape. So that's technically my first thing in the morning vape, because it's very, like I said, mild. It doesn't get me completely blasted. It doesn't make it so that I have to take myself back to bed or I have to sit down and think, okay, well, I need for this to wear off first. It's very much, I can take a powerful hit, like a high temp hit, and it'll hit me, and after the initial, I've just taken my meds sort of whoa moment, it seems to fade. I don't want to say really wear off because I can still feel it, but it fades to a very, very mellow, very, very manageable, almost background sort of high, which for me, I feel like I need a little bit more personally. I probably wouldn't get this again because I don't feel like it's strong enough. THC percentage isn't everything, like we all know. I've had some banging like 15 to 18% THC strains, and I've had some really, really bad, ineffective 30% THC strains. So that's not, it doesn't, I'm not going to say THC percentage doesn't matter because it plays an important role, but you can tell now that the meds are kicking in because I'm stumbling over my words more than usual. THC percentage plays an important role, but it's the whole, the terpenes and the other cannabinoids that do their job, so don't focus solely on the THC percentage. For me, this one feels very, very mild at 18%. I don't want to say that it's chill because it's not like super calming, super relaxing. Like, I do feel ready for my day. I do feel like I want to get up and do things. That was my first vape of the day, and it's currently 7 minutes past 12, so it's not exactly early. I feel like I want to do yard work right now, but I don't have time to do any yard work because I have to go to work. But I'd say I find it uplifting, a little bit uplifting, a little bit motivating. I could just sit and drink my coffee if I wanted to, but I feel like it is a motivating strain more than it is a relaxing strain. But it's not one of those, like, for example, some lemon haze or some peach Oz that's going to hit you and it's going to make you want to do things. Like, sitting still would make you uncomfortable. Sitting still is not making me uncomfortable right now, but I do want to get up and do something. I will say that it's quite difficult to keep hold of my train of thought. This is not a very focused high. It's not one that you would vape before. If you've got like an office job and you need to look at spreadsheets and concentrate on a certain thing, I wouldn't recommend this one. This is more of a more like an afternoon out type of high is what I would say, or like a early morning, not super intense, but it'll get you up and moving type of high. Whilst I let my thoughts form about how I'm actually feeling, I'm going to jump into the rest of my ratings. So starting out with the smell. The smell is very muted. It's not a bad smell. It's sort of like perfumey, Turkish Delight-ish nanas with a little bit of orange in there. Not terrible, not great, quite muted. Just a 5 out of 10 from me. It's not bad, it's not good. With the ground up smell, maybe bumping up to a 5.5 just because more of the tart orange comes through, but it does still smell like nanas and orange, so 5.5 for the ground up smell. Looks, I'm also going to leave at a 5, I think, just because they're not bad. I've had some really, really terrible looking nugs on medical, and these ones, don't touch those at all. They're not terrible, but they're also not good. Very, very dry, just crispy looking, you know, not nice. Making it really hard to think now. Like, it's definitely not a focus strain. Yeah, nugs 5, just because they're not terrible, but they're also not good. They're too dry. If they weren't dry, they probably would have looked a lot nicer, but just, wow, definitely hitting me now. Smell 5, looks 5, taste I'm going to give a 6.5, because it's not terrible. Like I said, it's not to my taste, but it's not something that I don't want to vape because it's disgusting. It does have a flavour, which a lot of medical doesn't have a lot of flavour at all. I think that it's because I'm using the ball vape now instead of the Mighty. It's a 2 hit and done type of thing. I'm still getting used to trying to get it down to 1 hit and done, like a bong rip, but I'm at like 2 to 3 hits and done, so I'm not getting a lot of vaped bud flavour through, which I think for me is a lot better, and it's improving the taste a lot. So I still can't go over a 6.5 because it's not incredible and it does fade very, very quickly, but 6.5 is okay. Perfumey Turkish Delight with a little bit of orange in there, like I said. Not particularly something that I would pick, but there is flavour, so 6.5 out of 10 for that. And then the effects for me, again, I'm going to give a 6.5 because it's not super intense, but it's also hard to think through. Like, I feel like I can't really focus on anything. It's not one for work, like I said. It's more of a, for me, I like it, like I said, first thing in the morning, because it doesn't hit you like a train, but it does make you feel good, and it gets me up, it gets me moving, it makes me feel like I want to do things. I'm not particularly sure what I want to do because it's very unfocused, but it makes me want to do something, which is better than just sort of having a coffee and then lazing around and monging out and vaping and not really wanting to do anything. So it's alright. I don't think I would get this again. It's very unfocused, it's very mild, and it's just okay, in my opinion. It's just okay, nothing more, nothing less. I'm going to give Imperial Mimosa from Upstate a 5.5 out of 10 overall. I think that's very fair. I kind of want to push it to a 6, but I'm going to leave it at a 5.5, just because it's not good. It's not bad. A lot of people are going to see 5.5 and be like, oh no, it's shit, I'm not going to try it, but I feel like I've been quite generous with my reviews recently. I used to, way back when I started, 5 was exactly bang middle of the road. Anything above 5 was good, anything below 5 was bad, and I was very, very harsh on my ratings. Recently, a lot of things have just been a 7, which I don't really like because I think that's a bit of a cop-out. So 5.5. And it's fair, it's not bad. I'm not telling you not to get it. In fact, I would recommend that you do try this out and see what you think of it. I just think it's alright. It's one of them where if I was in a pinch I would get it, but I probably won't pick it again. Not saying it's bad by any means. It's just okay. It's just one of those flowers that are okay. I don't know if I mentioned the price, £59 for 10 grams, which is also not bad at all. I genuinely don't have anything else to say about it. It's just okay. So yeah, that's it. Imperial Mimosa is getting a 5 out of 10. Did I say 5 or 5.5? Fuck it, we're saying 5. 5 out of 10 from me. I do recommend that you give it a go. Actually, I am very curious to hear what other people think about it, because I'm just straight middle of the road. Subscribe for more videos. My next review, I think, is going to be the Upstate Pineapple God, which compared to this is like fucking top shelf. It's so nice. I'm not saying it's top shelf, but it is very, very good. The Pineapple God, very good. Some of the best medical that I've had, so keep your eyes out for that. Subscribe for more videos. Leave me a comment about what you think of the Imperial Mimosa. Peace.